So I'm here today with a kind of brand overview video on Essence, and it's one of those brands that's kind of recently hit the UK, and it's exclusively stocked in Wilko's at the moment. But it's a really interesting brand because everything in it is really affordable, and by affordable I mean the most expensive thing I think I've seen in there is £5. So it's very inexpensive, and it's got a large variety of products. You know how kind of some cheaper brands don't have much selection? There's a lot of different products, some really kind of cool, different, interesting things, and they come out with new collections all the time, and it's got a very kind of modern feel to it for the price. But I do think it's probably one of those brands that gets overlooked because it's not in a store that kind of everyone goes to. It would be better off to be in like Boots or Superdrug, to be fair, but Wilko's is where it's at the moment, and I think I've got a selection of pretty much everything from each category from the brand, apart from foundation, because I tried a few and I didn't really like any of them and I gave them away. I'm not thinking about this video, but I can't say that kind of price range for foundation is something that I would go for. I just think that slightly more expensive foundations tend to work a little bit better. But by all means, if you've got any recommendations that you like from that brand, then do let me know. The stay time or something like that I tried, the stay all day foundation was okay, but it was just a little bit kind of cakey on me and just didn't work as well as I would like it to. But I'm going to start with kind of base products. So I've got the concealer little duo here, and this is the Match to Cover Cream Concealer. Very similar to the kind of Bobbi Brown idea. They're very creamy, nicely pigmented. I picked up this shade, which I'm not sure is the right one for me. It's a little bit orangey, I find, but they didn't have a different one and I wanted to try it. Works really nicely. It was around £2.30 I think, and it's nice for kind of under the eyes. It doesn't crease too badly. It's something that I would use under kind of a more brightening concealer, but it's really nice for under the eyes and on any blemishes and that kind of thing, and it is really creamy. Then I've also got this eyeshadow base, and this is the I Heart Stage eyeshadow base, and this is one of those products that I don't think I'd really ever noticed before, or kind of really given the time of day, and it's really nice. It helps to keep your eyeshadow in place. It's tinted, which I really like from an eyeshadow base because it evens out the skin tone there, and because mine's quite dark, my kind of upper lid, it's got a bit of a yellowy tint to it, so it works really nice at kind of concealing that and helps your eyeshadow stay in place all day. I do get a bit of creasing in the evening, but I get that with everything, even the really expensive ones, so I'm impressed with that. That was nice. And then the Stay All Day powder, I've got this in the shade Matte Cream, which just looks like this. Nice setting powder. They do have a blotting powder and blotting papers. Their blotting papers are my favourite, but they're really hard to get hold of. They seem to always be out of stock, but the blotting powder looked really interesting as well, but they didn't have one when I went in. And this looks really nice on the skin, just kind of natural, but not too it helps to kind of keep shine at bay by the same token. Then I've got this bronzer, and this is the 2-in-1 bronzing powder in the shade Sunshine, and I must admit it's not really my cup of tea, and I do prefer a matte bronzer, and you can see it kind of has got more of a highlighty shade rather than the bronzy shade, but I'm wearing it today. Pretty much everything I'm talking about I'm wearing today, and it works nicely at just kind of brightening your face when you've already got a tan. It's not one for if you're darker skinned, and it has got a bit of a shimmer to it, but it is very pretty on the skin. It's quite subtle, nice for summer I suppose, if you're kind of already tanned or fake tanning and you like to just kind of warm your face up that little bit extra. And then for blusher, I've got this one here, and they do lots of different ones. The cream ones seem really nice, but this is kind of the only one that I've picked up just because there's so much selection there. It's kind of a bit confusing sometimes, but this is the powder blush in Pinky Flow. And it's kind of this ombre blush, so you've got two different shades. I'm wearing this on my cheeks today and I love it. It's really pretty, looks really nice on the skin, applies really nicely, and blusher and lipsticks are kind of the two products I think it's pretty hard for a brand to get wrong, but these seem really nice, and I will pick up one of the cream blushes next time I go. Then for eyes, I've got a few products here that I really like. This little eyeshadow duo I love, and I've spoken about this loads, and I've worn it today after not wearing it for ages, and it's just reconfirmed how much I love it. And it's just this little duo in, what's it called? Irresistible Caramel Cream. Really shimmery, really nice. The key to these is don't use a brush, apply it with your fingers. I then just kind of blend the crease colour out with a brush, but if you use it with your fingers, you get a much stronger colour payoff. If you use it with a brush, it's a little bit wishy-washy and just not the same product. With fingers, these are amazing. I'd like to try a few more of the different shades that they do of these, and I've got a few of their eyeshadows. The ones in the little palettes I did have, I didn't like those. I gave those away because they weren't the nicest quality. But these are so buttery and creamy and just lovely. Really, really recommend these. And then this brow product I picked up. They have got kind of lots of different brow products, little brow kits, pencils, that kind of thing. I picked this up because I thought it was kind of the most modern and the most now, and it's the Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. And I don't love this, I must admit. The kind of little brush at the end's weird. It's got little bits kind of poking out everywhere, and it's just not my favourite. It's kind of not the Benefit Gimme Brow, which is what I was hoping it could be because of the tiny little brush. I mean, it works well, and I suppose I could cut the little ones that are poking out. They're just really, really fine and small, but it makes it a bit messy. And for some reason I find that when I'm brushing into my brows, I always end up hitting here with this, and I never do that with any of the other ones, not even the big Maybelline one. So I'm not a fan of that, but it's alright. And then this is something that I've been really enjoying. I've really gotten into eyeliner lately. It's not something that I usually really like, but I've just been all over it. It's kind of just been, I feel like my eyes look so naked without it. Only on my upper lash line, I don't like it in my lower lash line. But this is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Hot Chocolate, and I'm wearing this on my upper lids today, and I really like it. It's a dark brown, you can hear my boyfriend sneezing downstairs. It's a dark brown chocolatey shade, not much shimmer in it, and just really pretty to kind of define your upper lash line. Softer than black for the summer as well, which I really like. And then for mascara, I've got two really interesting products here. Their mascara selection is great, I have to say, because they've got a really big selection, and they have little pictures next to each mascara of what the brush looks like, so you can kind of tell what the brush is like and how you're going to get on with it based on that. I picked the Maximum Volume mascara because it says that the brush looks like that, one of those little plasticky brushes. It doesn't give you maximum volume, it's lengthening, it's separating. It's a very nice, pretty mascara, great for the price. I like the packaging, not great for volume. But for me, these types of brushes don't give volume. The big fat brushes are better for volume, these are better for separation. So I'm not quite sure what the kind of thought behind that was, but it's very nice. I'm wearing it today, you can kind of see it's just very pretty, a very nice daytime mascara. But this is the Lash Base mascara. And this is basically one of those white mascaras. A lot of brands do these. Dior do them, and L'Oreal do them as well. And it's just a kind of white base for your lashes. So you pop this on first and then put your mascara on. What I found with this is it does make your eyelashes look insane when you have it on. They look so long and false looking. But it's a very wet formula, so you kind of get quite a lot of product on the brush, and you have to really kind of work it through the lashes. And then they suggest you apply your mascara immediately, but because the product's so wet, you end up removing it. So I've kind of taken to leaving it on for a kind of couple of seconds and then going in with your mascara. That seems to work a little bit better, but I haven't found the best way to work with this yet, and I really want to because it makes your lashes look amazing. But I'm not sure if it's just in my head, and if it's like because they're white they stand out more, whereas they're black and it kind of, I don't know, but it works really nicely at lengthening and volumizing them and making them pop, and then you kind of put your normal mascara and they don't look any better. So I'm not sure about that. If you've tried this, let me know your thoughts. And then I've got a couple of lip products here. Their lip liners are really nice. A lot of people have recommended these. I've got two shades here. This one I've used a lot, you can see, and it's the In the Nude shade, and I'm wearing this today. And it's just a kind of nice Kylie Jenner-esque brownie nude shade. I've used this for years actually. I think a subscriber sent me it. And I hadn't tried anything from Essence before, and I love this. And then this one here is more of a wintry colour, but it's cute pink. Looks like this, and it's a kind of, well, it's not really a wintry colour, is it? It's a kind of cool toned pink, but it just looked really pretty and kind of nice and matte, but really lovely. And then I've got a couple of lipsticks here. Now, apologies, these are all from the same range. They do have lots of different ranges there, but I just bought one and I love the texture of them so much, I just kept buying them from the same range, so I probably should try some different ones. The glosses that they do looked interesting, but again, I didn't pick any up because I'm not a lip gloss fan. I just kind of didn't want to say, you know, this is a lip, it's hard to get a lip gloss wrong anyway, you know, and they had kind of plumping ones and that kind of thing, so it seemed quite interesting. They did have some matte lip glosses that looked really cool, but they kind of had run out of any of the shades that I wanted. But I've got 3 shades here in the, what are these called? I think these are like the long lasting range. The shade I'm wearing now is Love Me, which is just a lovely kind of summery pink. And then this is a wintry shade for sure, and it's On the Catwalk. It's kind of a plummy raspberry colour. And then this is one of the kind of standout products. It's a very, very modern colour, Kylie Jenner-y type of colour again. It's this kind of not bronzy, but it's a kind of browny nude colour, and it's called Barely There. And it is that type of shade, which is really cool for a brand like that to do, because a lot of times the kind of more expensive brands, the more inexpensive brands tend to kind of just have the generic colours, the, you know, different versions of pink. And it's cool that a brand like this is doing something so unusual. So I really recommend these. They're kind of nice on the lips. Sorry, I've got a bit of a itch. They're nice on the lips, really moisturising, apply nicely, don't feel dry. They're just really, really nice quality lipsticks. And then 2 of my favourite products that I will definitely be repurchasing. I think a lot of, pretty much everything in here I had purchased, and then Essence sent me a package with a couple of things, and I'm so glad that they sent me these, because I don't know if I would have picked them up, but they're the gel nail polish, base coat and top coat, but they're basically ones that you don't have to cure. So you use the base coat first, your regular polish, and then the top coat, and these make your nail polish stay on for so long. I had an Essie nail polish on the other week on all week, and it hadn't chipped. They work so nicely, and the base coat kind of almost goes matte, and then you put on your nail polish and it just adheres to the nail so great. And the top coat makes everything really shiny. I'm actually wearing it over my nail polish now. I'm not sure how well you can see, kind of, it's a nudie colour, but they just work really nice, and I would really recommend you try these because they're inexpensive. I think they're around £3, £4 maybe, but work really nicely. Definitely ones I'll be repurchasing over and over again. But that's everything that I've tried from Essence. I'd love to know your product recommendations and what you've tried, what you like, what you dislike from the brand. I've tried some of their nail polishes, and I must say I wasn't totally impressed by those, but I'm kind of open to suggestions, so let me know, because I always like kind of looking at the counter. And if your counter does have their blotting sheets, pick them up because they're great. I wish mine had them, but for some reason they never seem to be in stock. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you next time. Bye!